This is a major warning for all cryptocurrency bears. And the ironic part about it is that I have been a bear for a very long time. Bear market. And I have to say, I will continue being a bear until things change. But I have to warn the bears because I do believe there is going to be a very profitable, lucrative pump in price. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another video, and I'm about to dive into some research on the market. Now, I want to be clear with everybody before I even jump into the video. I am a long-term bear for now, long-term meaning like 6 months to a year, and I will turn bullish when I see the bottom. I do not think the bottom is in, but I want to make money like you and like everybody that gets involved with cryptocurrency in the first place. My goal is not to spread drama, but to make as much money as I possibly can. So in this video, I'm going to analyze the market from different perspectives and try to provide you a clear investment thesis on where I think the market's going. If you appreciate this content, do us both a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notification bell so you can get updated with this content first. The next video I'm making is probably going to be the altcoins I'm buying. Another thing I want to say is that we do have a free group as well as a paid group. The free group gives all types of value. I'm not in there as much, obviously, but we also have a paid group called Coinpicks Inner Circle. This is where you get all of my altcoin calls, okay? I refuse to do them on YouTube anymore because people just don't have any background information. They don't know how I'm doing it. They don't know how to manage the risk, and they do start doing wild stuff. So I'm not making any more calls. If you do want to get access to my signals, head on over to coinpicks.io. We have a cheaper signals group as well as an inner circle. The inner circle gives you everything, including face-to-face Zoom calls, homework, a live Q&A schedule, and it's the one I spend most of my time, but we do have a signals place where you can just get signals. If you just want signals, that's the place to do it. So we offer that for people that can't afford the, inner circle. Also, on this website, you have access to a risk management tool. I gave this free to the public because I want everyone to know that this is how I do my risk management. Super important. You can pick all of the greatest altcoins all you want, but if you don't have risk management, you will never continuously make consistent money over time. I know this for a fact. I've been in this market for 7 years. Risk management is the most important variable with your trading strategy. Let me say it again. I don't care if you're investing in altcoins. I don't care if you're playing blackjack. I don't care if you're day trading. I don't care if you're swing trading. Risk management is what makes you money. So I have to put it for free on my website so you can get access to that. It talks about the number of bets in a series, and it talks about the amount of series. If you don't understand it, join the free group. The free group will explain it to you. There's videos in there that will explain it to you, and you can just ask anybody and they'll explain how that risk management works. All right, let's jump into the actual video. Now, if we come over to the news, it's getting pretty crazy. So Bitcoin marketplace Paxful shut down 2 months after local Bitcoin's closure as a P2P market dwindles. So this is really crazy because we did see Cash App co-founder, I believe he's the co-founder, Bob Lee. He just recently got stabbed to death. I'm not jumping into conspiracy theories. I refuse to do that. But what I do know is that the peer-to-peer Bitcoin infrastructure is getting shut down, and people involved with it are getting, I'm not going to say, I don't know. Like, I am not an investigator, but Cash App is a major advocate and a major infrastructure for Bitcoin. It's major. Paxful, major. Local Bitcoins, major. So, this is a good thing to look after. I've said it once and I'm going to say it again. I believe Ethereum and altcoins, Ethereum specifically, is going to pass Bitcoin. Look, the powers that be, they want control over the financial system, and they're not going to allow the mass adoption of crypto until that happens. I believe that Ethereum and USDC are going to be the thing that they adopt, that the Federal Reserve adopts through FedNow specifically, which I'll be making a full video on. Subscribe to the channel. But Bitcoin, and this is where you attack it. This is what people don't understand. If you want to take out Bitcoin, don't allow people to exchange it. So just pay attention to what's going on, because this is a massive opportunity for us to make money in the altcoin industry, because all of that liquidity on Bitcoin has to go somewhere. And I'm telling you right now, I believe in all of the, economics behind Bitcoin. It's great. But I believe that also people's worldview on, the savior of the world is incorrect. Bitcoin is not the savior of the world. That being said, I believe they want to control the financial system, and they will. The big powers that be that have, trillions of dollars combined liquidity, they're not going to allow it to happen. Now, if we look at some other regulation news, the SEC fills the vacuum left by lack of new crypto stablecoin laws in U.S. So if you haven't seen, the SEC has been going crazy. There's all types of lawsuits everywhere, just going left and right, and regulation is actually happening right now. It's called Operation Choke Point. You can look it up for yourself, and essentially regulation is coming to crypto. I called this. I said this was going to happen, but I believe that the conclusion to all of these lawsuits will actually lead to regulation, which will therefore make the market go down a lot. So again, I say, I am bearish long term, and I'm talking short term now so that I can make some money, but long term, I am very, very bearish. Also, inside scoop, obviously Elon Musk switched the logo of Twitter to a Dogecoin. Interesting, because from a regular perspective, a person that doesn't understand this market or doesn't understand investing, they automatically assume, oh yeah, Elon Musk is for Dogecoin. Yeah. Okay, so just think about why he would do that, right? Why would he switch the logo that's been out since the inception of this platform to a Dogecoin? What's the reasoning behind that? To show his support for Dogecoin? He already has publicly shown his support for Dogecoin pretty much on every major news outlets everywhere for years. Why would he just now do it? He's doing it because of exit liquidity. There's a good chance that he has a significant amount of Dogecoin, and he needed some type of big news event, major news event, to get the price to pump so that he could sell it. And it pumped 32%. And there's people talking about, hey, there's a mysterious wallet with 24 million Doge. I'm sorry, not million, 24 billion in Dogecoin. And in a class action lawsuit filed against Musk in the U.S. federal court, investors who have lost money on Dogecoin have claimed that this wallet was his. So is he trying to get this news to pump the price of Dogecoin so he can get out? I think it's personally very, very likely, in my personal opinion. I can't prove it, but I do think it's likely. Also, this is the actual wallet. There's only about 5,000 USD worth of Dogecoin now. So I don't know what he did with the money. Did he sell it? I don't know. In a couple of days, the Shanghai upgrade can bring 2.4 billion in selling pressure to Ether. So if you guys didn't know, when Ethereum 2.0 proof of stake first launch back in the day years ago, they allowed people to lock up capital to get some of the rewards, and they're just now getting released. So a lot of Ethereum is getting released into the circulating supply. Now, they're saying selling pressure to Ether, but it can go both ways. They could either lock it up on decentralized protocols, which will allow for more liquidity on Ethereum, or they could sell it both ways. And I want to provide some evidence that a lot of people are actually not trying to sell their Ethereum. Again, I'm going to show you on-chain statistics backing up every claim I make. So in my personal opinion, this is bullish. MicroStrategy, short-term bullish. I got to say it, short-term bullish. MicroStrategy adds another 1,000 Bitcoin into its crypto treasury. So obviously, this is a big thing. These are big things, right? Like, why is MicroStrategy now buying? Is this an accumulation zone? Now, if you're a long-term investor, I actually, towards the end of the video, want to talk about Bitcoin long-term and what I see, because again, cryptocurrency's potential is amazing. Another thing to say is I don't typically buy Bitcoin. I don't buy Bitcoin because of the lack of gain, because I believe the tech is inferior. You can't make that much money off Bitcoin anymore, and the tech is just simply inferior. There's no opportunity. My goal is to take small amounts of money and make large. So when it comes to specifically Bitcoin, the reason why I analyze it is because it basically makes room for altcoins. It's like an indicator for me. So when you see me talking about Bitcoin, this is an indicator for me. It indicates the direction of where all the cryptocurrencies are going to go, because it is the biggest coin. So I just want to make that clear with everybody. Also, this news I thought was interesting. 3 Arrows Capital founders open crypto exchange OPNX after bankrupting their first effort. So this is what you're going to see a lot in crypto. Kudos to them for not giving up, pushing through, but hopefully they don't make the same mistake of gambling money. I just want to be clear with everybody. The founders of this exchange went bankrupt on their hedge fund, 3 Arrows Capital. They went bankrupt, and now they're starting something new. It seems like desperation. I'm not going to call them out, but it does seem like desperation. And just be careful, because there's a lot of founders doing that. I just wanted to explain that news. All right, let's jump into the next part of the video. I want to analyze the actual trends. So big news here. Not really news, but look, it's very simple. In recent history, since the beginning of the year, so since 2023, I'm analyzing Bitcoin's price and I'm looking, okay, what happened with the pumps, right? I was looking at this parabolic pump here. Why? And it's primarily always for one factor, and this is pretty much the factor for the entire planet, the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve makes monetary and fiscal policy and basically allows for assets to flourish or not. Basically, what the Federal Reserve does moves asset prices in every single industry on planet Earth. Every single industry. It is the most important variable for anybody's researchers to understand what the Federal Reserve is doing. So I looked at the FOMC meetings, okay? And it just so happens to be that there's kind of a correlation here, right? So the first one this year, we had a major parabolic rally come up to this price here. Then, this was quick, right? Look how quick that was. It was right after the meeting. Then we had another FOMC meeting. We had sideways trading action, and then it pumped, right? And then it pumped, right? Now, if you look at the time period it pumped, from here to like around here, it was about 10 days before the next FOMC meeting. So I think something similar is going to happen. Within the next week or two, I think we're going to get a all-out rally up to the 32K price range, which there's a fair value gap here, which I'll show you. Look, I want to show you the actual both charts in comparison to the fair value gap. So what I'm looking to do is monetize this pump. So if Bitcoin, for example, pumps approximately 14% from where we're currently at, 15% from where we're currently at, then Ethereum should pump like 20%, and then altcoins should pump like hundreds of percentages. So I'm not buying Bitcoin, I'm not buying Ethereum, I'm buying altcoins in a specific ecosystem, which we'll be talking about in this video. And I will release the altcoins I'm looking at, not the ones I'm buying, just the altcoins I'm researching. So if we look at Bitcoin's price, again, you can see that there's a couple of fair value gaps. Fair value gaps are basically an insecurity in price structure. When it's an insecure price structure, usually the price will come right back to that point and then fall again. So we see right here, we have a pretty solid double fair value gap right now. We're currently in one, but we have a double fair value gap right around here, 32K, 35K. So I'm going to ride that up, and then I'm going to short the market. I'm going to ride that up with altcoins and then short the market. Let me say it one more time, though, for the people in the back that stopped watching this video. Please use risk management. Use this risk. It gives you the perfect amount of bets. Let's just do an example. If you have $10,000, right? And let's say hypothetically, number of bets in series basically means how many times you're willing to lose, how many bets you're willing to take. Let's say you want to lose 7 times, because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 7 losses. That means your first bet should be $78. If it goes the way it shouldn't go and you lose money, then you should double it to $156. If you do this, the first time you win, you will make up for all of your losses and actually accrue profit. Most people don't even know how much profit they're making, but that's another subject for a different video. Now, if we look at Ethereum, we see something very similar. So we see a double fair value gap around here. So I'm thinking Ethereum is going to probably pass the $2,000 price structure to maybe $2,500, $2,300. Now, that is pretty good. Why? Because altcoins are going to flourish. If it passes this, we're seeing a 30% pump on Ethereum. So maybe a 15% of pump on Bitcoin, 30% pump on Ethereum, and then time frames, I'm thinking at least 10 days before the next FOMC meeting, which the exact date for the next one is going to be May 2nd. So 10 days before that, I personally think there's going to be a pump, and I'm going to monetize that with altcoins. If I'm wrong, it's simple. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just double my investment and short the market, because there's one thing for certain, and I'll talk about it in this video. The market is coming down, guys. The market long-term is coming down. We have not seen the bottom. We have not seen the bottom. We've been doing pretty good since the beginning of the year. Don't get me wrong. We've been doing pretty good, even though I've monetized these shorts, but we have not seen the bottom, in my personal opinion, and I'll explain multiple details why. Another thing to pay attention to for this is a bullish narrative, is that the market cap for USDC is dropping. So when people get out of USDC, they're typically buying what? Altcoins. They're either doing one or two things. They're selling it on exchanges for cash for their bank, or they're buying a volatile asset, which, by the way, I'll show you that they're probably just getting into volatile assets. And that's what we've seen a trend. Look at this trend. It's just trending down for USDC's market cap. So let's go into some on-chain metrics. The first thing is the stablecoin master with Nansen. If you want to get access to this tool, I do have an affiliate link. Support me below. It's the bear market. Please support me. I use this. I've been recently using it a lot for pretty much a majority of my altcoin research. So if you want to get access, link will be in the description below. We see a stablecoin exchange flow. Look at how dramatic that's falling since 2023. Look how dramatic that is. And look at in recent history, a lot of stablecoins are exiting centralized exchange. So you have to ask yourself the question, where are they going? They're going to DeFi. They're going to Web3 applications. That's what's happening. People are scared of leaving their money on centralized exchanges. They're taking their money off of centralized exchanges and they're putting it into a Web 3.0 ecosystem. Now, I know there's people that do leverage trading, right? They're maybe on Bybit with a VPN. I highly suggest, okay, number one, you understand that regulation is coming and you could get hit with something. This is illegal. Stop using VPNs. Stop. People, I don't know why people even recommend that. I've never recommended it and I never will. Okay, stop using VPNs. It's illegal. And trading on Bybit, like you see what's happening with Binance. The regulation's coming down. They're literally getting sued for teaching VIP members how to bypass regulation with VPNs. Think about it, right? So don't be caught in that camp. So I would say the smart investors are like, you know what? Let's get rid of centralized exchange as a whole. Let's take our money off and put it into Web3, which, by the way, Web3 has all the options you need when it comes to leverage trading, when it comes to providing liquidity, when it comes to loans. Decentralized options, it has everything you need. So stablecoin exchange flow is leaving the market. Also, if we look at the stablecoin master, you see that the market caps of all three are falling. So that being said, the three big ones, except for USDT, okay, which I'll explain why USDT is increasing, but all the market caps, BUSD, all of them, BUSD, by the way, they're selling a lot of that stablecoin. Be careful with Binance. I'll be making a full Binance video in the future, but stablecoin's falling. So that basically means to me that people are using it to buy, again, assets, and they're not putting it on exchanges. We just saw that there's an outflow of stablecoin on exchanges. So they're not putting it on exchanges. What else could they be doing? They're buying volatile assets. Now, another point to make is USDT just recently increased. So Tether, if you guys didn't know, it's the most liquid stablecoin in the entire market. It has the most liquidity pairs, meaning Bitcoin to USDT, right? BTC / USDT. It's like the biggest trading pair in the world on Binance. So the stablecoin, when it comes to the entire world that has the most trading pairs, is USDT. So when people are accumulating USDT, you have to ask yourself that question, what are they going to use it to trade with? That's the only purpose for USDT because its history is super sketchy. There's no other reason why people will buy USDT. The history is really, really bad. There's all types of conspiracies, all types of fraud involved with USDT. So why would people buy it? Not to hold. They're not buying USDT to hold. They're buying USDT to trade because it has the most pairs on the entire market. Pay attention. Also, if you look at the ETH tracker, ETH exchange flow is dropping substantially. January, February, March is dropping. Look at how much it's dropping. And if you think about what Ethereum is, most people are not taking Ethereum off of exchanges to hodl it, in my personal opinion. I think some people are, but I think most people are using it for gas fees to buy altcoins. That's my personal opinion. Or using it for gas fees to buy NFTs. That's my personal opinion. Why? Because that's the utility of Ethereum. Ethereum is not a store of value. Ethereum is used for gas fees, to pay for transactions, to go multi-chain, to go to different chains, Arbitrum, things of that nature, which, by the way, that's the ecosystem I want to tell you guys about. I'm telling you, there's some altcoins out there I've been recently researching. I'm going to make a altcoin video, a top 3 altcoin video on Arbitrum very soon. And those altcoins, I think, are going to do numbers. With this pump that we experienced with Bitcoin jumping up 15%, Ethereum jumping up 30%, we could see 300 to 500% pumps on the altcoins I'm talking about. So my goal is to monetize that and then take profit. Let me say it again, take profit. Don't be a bum. Don't, let me not be mean. Don't be the guy that dollar cost averages and doesn't do anything. It has no discipline. It doesn't really try to make a strategy, and they're just blind. They're like, and just throwing money degen. Don't be that guy. I'm going to take profit, and then I'm going to short the market, because you know why? I want my portfolio's trajectory to go up. I want to accrue profits over time. I don't want my portfolio to look like Bitcoin's price. I don't, because Bitcoin's price is crazy, and I need to pay bills, and so do you. So let's look at the long-term potential of Bitcoin and what's going on, because, you know, we've been talking very short-term, but there are some people that are investors. Here's one thing that attributes to why I think the dump is not in. If you look at the volatility of Bitcoin, super, super important. I want to grab this tool here. Let's look at the volatility of Bitcoin. There's these major spikes. That's what I want to highlight, is these major spikes here. Look at recent history. We haven't seen any major spikes. Now, if you look at the major spikes and the points in which they happened, this is when we've seen massive dumps. So look at this massive dump here. Now look at this massive dump here, right? Look at this massive dump here. Pretty much every single bottom had major volatility. Every single bottom we've seen had major volatility. We have not seen that. We have not seen that yet. That being said, I believe this is one reason why, it's not in yet. This was a false bottom. This pump we're seeing is to extract as much liquidity as possible to prepare for the recession, right? They're trying to prepare for the recession. Smart money whales. They're like, okay, the market's coming down. The Federal Reserve is going to continue tightening. They're going to come out with hawkish federal policy. We gotta, save our companies. We gotta make sure our companies are paid. Hence, what Elon Musk did with Dogecoin for exit liquidity. They're all trying to get exit liquidity, right? So they're all gonna promote it. They're all gonna pump the market, and then the big whales, smart money, are gonna take out as much money as they possibly can, and that's where you're gonna see this massive volatility spike. We're going to see it cascading down, cascading liquidations. We're going to see people getting liquidated like crazy, which by now you should know. If you go look up Dogecoin on crypto news, everyone's getting liquidated on Dogecoin because of what's happened with Elon Musk's promotion. So this is like a precursor to what's about to happen with all of the institutions, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to monetize that pump with good risk management and not be a bum and go all in on these coins. I'm going to put like small amounts, monetize this pump, and then I'm going to short it aggressively. Now, here's another thing, Bitcoin's NVT signal. So basically, if you look at when it's at the top, okay, typically the price of Bitcoin dumps. So right here, this is a long-term indicator, so this is not short-term in any way. You can see that when it got to the top, it's overvalued, right? It's overvalued, and then basically the entire bull market ended. Look, we see it overvalued here as well. Entire market ended. Okay, we see it right here as well. It got to the top of the purple bar, as well as if you look at the orange line, it got to the top there as well. It got to the top, and then the market ended shortly after. We are currently at the top. So for long-term indicators, I'm telling you, Bitcoin's price in the entire market is going to come down. I'm very, very confident on that. Now, just to give you some long-term perspective, guys, even though the market's going to come down, cryptocurrency is still the best store of wealth. So when the market comes down, I need you guys prepared. That's what I primarily want to talk about in all my videos. Is look, we can make money off the short-term pump. I get it. I want to talk about some altcoins. It's fine. But I want to prepare people for when the dump happens. Because when the dump happens, I just showed you proof, the volatility will get crazy. And it won't be a long dump. Look at all of these dumps. They're V-shaped recoveries. They're really, really quick, except this one's a V-shaped recovery. So what I want to do is get you guys pivoted to buy the altcoin, not financial advice, but to buy the altcoin. When we see the big dump, boom, buy it, V-shaped recovery. So that takes preparation. You can't just do that. You can't just like, oh, Bitcoin and altcoins are dumping today. Let's go buy it. No, you have to put limit orders in. You have to be strategic on what altcoins you're buying. You have to prepare for this event. So that's what I want to do, is prepare you guys. So although, okay, I'm talking about destruction, price coming down, et cetera, I do believe that it's still the best asset class in the world. Even Bitcoin, and you guys know I don't even buy Bitcoin, but look at Bitcoin's price comparison to gold. In 13 years, it's just outcompeting gold like crazy. There's no other commodity that will do better than Bitcoin's price. So let's prepare for when the price goes down. Another thing I want to talk about is that we're fairly far away from the actual halving event. I'll start to get more and more bullish around that time period. So again, I want to catch the V-shaped recovery, and then during the bear market, I'm going to start accumulating all altcoins, but it's not time yet. And I know this chart is saying basically fire sale, but I believe that's false advertising. I personally believe that we are going to come down one more time to that actual blue ribbon, and it's going to be around like 11 to 12K BTC. When we get to that area again, that is when I start accumulating altcoins, which, by the way, altcoins is getting more dominance over time when it comes to search term. People are more interested in altcoins. If we take the search term cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, non-fungible token, and altcoins, NFTs, altcoins, and cryptos have to do with the altcoin space. Bitcoin has to do specifically with Bitcoin. And you can see that Bitcoin still holds the dominance, but there's been time periods, you can see here in 2021, where the other search terms started passing Bitcoin. So I believe we are going to pass Bitcoin. Altcoins are going to pass Bitcoin. I really, really believe that. I just don't know when, but I really believe that. That's why when the market comes down again, Bitcoin's price dumps, I'm going to be positioned to buy some altcoins, and I will be doing altcoin research videos, top altcoin videos. This is the time to do it, to figure out which are the ones we're going to invest in when the market falls. Now, it doesn't mean I'm buying any altcoins. It just means I'm researching. So please, please, please take these videos with a grain of salt. Add it to your research list. Don't be crazy and start buying everything under the sun because somebody told you on YouTube. You know that's not the way to go. So that's pretty much it for this video. Short-term pump, long-term dump. Overall summary is I'm investing in Arbitrum altcoins, on-chain metrics, the trend, the news, pretty much everything points to a short-term pump, long-term dump. That's it for this video. If you like the quality of this content, hit a like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism, subscribe for more video updates, and like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Catch you guys in the next video.